Lawrence in the comic books recently is depicted with her coffee. Like, what is your ideal morning coffee situation?
When I do drink coffee, it's a black coffee hot with one Splenda. And I believe that's also what Lorna would drink in real life.
A daddy cable.
Daddy cable. I would love that. I would love.
Shout out to the Powers of X-Men podcast.
Hottest writers at Marvel Comics right now.
The Pretender's death. Like, be.
Right, Familia, Power of X-Men, we're with. Do you love Power of X-Men?
I love Power of X-Men. Of course I do. Do I? Yes, I do.
I'm like, I might as well just hit record because this is
record.
Familia. She needs no introduction. Emma Dumont is back.
Hello,
How are you
hello. By popular demand from me, I'm back. I was like, let me back.
My God, no. My God, I'm like obsessed with you. I've been on like a high since we chatted a couple weeks ago. You've been so I just love your energy. I just love everything you bring to the world. Hi,
That's
Emma
so
Dumont.
sweet. Hi.
Emma Dumont. Hi.
Thank you so much for having me back. Even though I was a wild one last time, I was just saying anything that came out of my mouth.
Oh my God, but it was the best. So folks who were tuning into the podcast were DMing me being like, thank you so much for just having a general geeky and like, it wasn't X-Men focused, but we were talking about like really serious issues. And I was like, thank you. Like that was the entire point.
Yeah. You're like, yes, we did it. No, but it's true. And I like, thank you to you for letting me just say whatever. Cause usually there's that like very famous clip of Selena Gomez where she's sitting in an interview and somebody asked her something that's sort of, they don't give it as much attention as it should have been given. Like they're not sensitive enough to whatever I forget what it was specifically. And she's like, cool. Okay, great. You don't see me as a person. Awesome. Bye-bye. So thank you for letting me talk and share like real people stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, what else is there to do for us as beings and share real people stuff, especially if you have a podcast, you know what I mean? Like, and also like, I think you do such a great job. I mean, I've just noticed recently, you know, in the last like 6 months, so many people are amplifying the messages you're putting out there. And I think you're hitting some of these markers where people feel seen when they see content out there that's relatable. That's not manufactured. That's not like, oh my God, let's talk about this A, B, and C. Like, no, life sucks. You know, we're going to be real. I'm saying life sucks as I'm adjusting the camera. I'm like, hey.
You're like, life sucks.
Yeah, life sucks. Well, no. So, folks at home, Emma said my hair looked really good before we hit record. And I was like, you know what? It does look good.
Mm-hmm. See, you agree with me. See, I would never steer you wrong. My hair, not so much. I look like a swamp witch.
Your hair looks great. No.
It's fine. I'm in my Jinx Monsoon era. So,
oh my God.
Fine.
I love Jinx so much. Have you ever seen Jinx live?
Are you trying to like, what are you trying to say? That I'm a fake fan? I mean, come on, are you?
I've only seen Jinx live once.
Okay, I've always wanted to go to I've always wanted to go to Jinx and Dela's Christmas show in Seattle because I'm from Seattle and they're from Seattle. And I was wanting to go to New York to see Jinx on Broadway, but I'm broke, so
oh my God. Well, first
didn't
of all,
happen.
I didn't know she was on Broadway. I'm so stupid. Like I don't.
Wow,
keep up
you
with
are
anything.
a fake fan. Oh my
I know.
goodness. Wow.
Well, listen, there was an era where I was so obsessed with Drag Race, and it was Jinx, her season, and she had a show where here in the city where she was like a Frozen singer, and she was like unthawed, and she found out that Britney Spears stole all of her music, and that they were all popular. It was hysterical, but that's the only time I've seen her.
I love that. Whatever that bit was is wonderful and beautifully Jinx.
my brother is such a big Jinx Monsoon fan. He's such a big fan of all the queens. He
Yeah.
goes to every single show, and I'm like pathetic. I'm like, I love them so much. I follow everyone on social media, and then I don't go to shows.
I mean, does he go to the drag race shows or does he go to the girls shows?
He goes to like all the girls,
Okay.
anything drag race sponsored, stuff like that.
Okay. So he's paid RuPaul quite a pretty penny.
Oh my God, do you know I saw RuPaul when I was working at HarperCollins? He was
Oh my
in
gosh.
my
I used to
elevator.
see RuPaul at events.
Stop it. He must
Yeah,
love
like
you so
upfronts or
much.
whatever.
Oh my God, he must be obsessed with you.
No, what are you talking about? What? I don't like know RuPaul. Also, I don't want to know RuPaul. Like, not a fan. But
Yeah.
but anyway, how was that experience at HarperCollins?
No, I ran into her on the elevator and she was just like she turned to my coworker and she was here like, "Oh, you have beautiful skin." And my I was going to say my skin. My coworker was like
High
over the
skin.
moon. But
Really?
yeah,
That's so sweet of
well,
you.
it's interesting that you said that about RuPaul because so much has come out in the last years, especially with her ties to endorsing the fracking industry,
Wait,
among other things.
wait, what? Wait, what is? I don't know about this. Wait,
You don't
I'm a
know
big
about that?
fan. Wait, supporting what?
No, I think she had like a stake in fracking, and that came out during the elections with
Wait,
Hillary. Yeah,
wait.
yeah,
People have
yeah,
known about this. Wow, I'm behind the times.
yeah.
I had no idea.
I know.
This is what I mean when I say they exist everywhere. There are
Yeah.
selfish, greedy people everywhere, in every community, everywhere. And both things can be true that like you can bring an art form to the general populace and like create spaces for like art forms that have been like oppressed or pushed down. That can be true. And it also can be true that like you've caught the greed sickness and gone too far.
Yeah, unfortunately, here I'm going to drop a link that Mary Sue wrote about it
Ooh,
recently, so you can have it for later. Explain the
thank
fracking
you.
far better than I can.
I'm not gonna read it. Let's be real. I can't
No.
read, but
I can't read either.
oh, this is
Oh,
this is only from 2022. Okay, so this is news.
yeah,
New
this is
news.
they did a recap for it. Oh my God, but it's so funny. I was like, here's an
A
article from
recap.
back a recap. I'm like, here's an article from February, and you're like, bitch, it's 2022. I'm like, wait, what? Is it 2023? I'm like, I'm so confused with time post pandemic, Emma. What the
I don't
fuck?
know. I have no idea. Also, because different places, the pandemic existed in space time, right? So it like for people who lived in like Georgia, like it ended and started at different times than it did for people in Seattle. Do you know what I mean? So I'll have friends where I like call them and I'll be like, I can't believe the pandemic's still going on. And they're like, girl, it's been over for years. I'm like, wait, what? Like, not now, but like in the past, I've had those conversations. So
Well, it's funny. So since I'm dividing my time between New York and Florida, Florida has been
brag.
post pandemic since, well, it's not brag because it's Florida, but sorry,
You're home. You're
sorry,
home.
can you
Take
tell
away
how
his
bitter I
Florida
am?
card. Take it away.
Um, the pandemic ended like June 2020, and
Yeah.
up here, I'm meeting up with my friends because we moved in August, and I was talking to my friend, and my friend is like, "Oh my God, I'm so glad the masks like regulation was just lifted and that we're all kind of returning to normal." That's only been within the last like 6, 7 months
Yeah. Yeah. It's
in New
crazy.
York. In New
Yeah.
York,
Well, yeah, because it's a bunch of people squashed into an island.
I know it
What did
is.
we
I'm like
expect?
looking out there. It's like everyone's so
You're like,
squashed up.
what's out there? Wait, do you know about the documentary The Wolf Gang?
No, tell me about the Wolfgang.
Oh my goodness. I promise it's on topic. I know it doesn't seem like it is. There was a documentary called The Wolf Gang, and it is about a group of children who are now adults who were kept in captivity by their parents their whole lives by way of emotional abuse and coercion and blah, blah, blah. And it's just their story of how they coped and they got really attached to film. And so they're kind of like, they're actors by way of mimicry because they only had those, when you're a kid and you say you live in a country where Japanese is spoken and then you watch a lot of French films, right? You're gonna like pick up on some French because you're like so young, right? Like how
Mm-hmm.
babies can learn anything. And so it's almost
Smart
like
babies.
they smart babies.
I
It's
love how smart babies are.
how smart those dum-dums are. Just kidding.
They're so adorable. They
They're so-
defecate themselves, but they're so smart.
I was just gonna say they're geniuses, but they poop their pants. But like wait, but actually though, we're joking, but it's true. So they like learned acting via growing up with the only influence being like old school films like Casino or The Godfather or the stuffed, but also like other ones like one what's the like white savior film that everybody loves so much? What is it? Ooh, it's Southern.
Oh, I don't know which one.
Oh, Gone with the Wind.
Oh my God, that is a white savior film. Cringe. Yes. I've
But-
never seen Gone with the Wind though.
Me
by the way,
neither. Me
sidebar.
neither. I haven't,
Never
but
had any
I think it
interest.
has pretty dresses in it, so I might watch it. Actually, no, it creeps me out. I'm so sorry.
So they learned. So it was just this group of kids. They were recluse. They learned through whatever the medium was on there, and that's sort of how they're able to understand and make sense of the world and like act.
Oh no, I just think they're really good actors.
Oh,
This had no deep meaning at all. They're just good actors. But what I was gonna say is like how you're looking out your window at New York and you've like been in the city of New York, right? You understand that the like your place, your home sits inside the city. When you are in captivity, it feels that like you don't understand that what the city is outside, right?
Yeah.
Like you feel like you're on the outside looking in, even though you are technically inside in like this very certain space. Moo.
I
My
love
dog,
you.
sorry.
Oh my God, is that your dog? I don't think I've seen your dog before.
Well, she's running away now, so
What's her name?
Zoe.
Oh my God, stop, Zoe.
Moo, I love you, Moo. I call her Moo though because she's a cow. She's a Ferdinand. But yeah, but it's like that experience. You imagine people who live in New York to be so worldly or they know a bunch of things, but no.
Yeah.
Okay, go in your come on. Okay, come on. Go in your bed. Come on,
Wait,
go ahead and go in your bed.
What kind of dog is she?
She's a black dog.
Yes. Like,
Did you want like a
breed?
breed? I
like
don't know.
breed.
She's adopted.
Is
Like
she
I don't
big,
know.
small?
She's 55 pounds and
Oh
2
my
ounces.
God, that's so cute.
She's my
baby.
favorite. I love her so much. I love her so much. Look, every dog deserves love. However, I don't have the same connection. Like, you know, people have like connections with animals, like they're
Yeah.
familiars or whatever. I don't have that with small dogs.
Yeah.
I'm so PC. I don't want a small dog. Can I just say that I don't want a small dog for me?
I had two small little Pomeranians that
I
were
know
like
you did, and they were like your
my
soul
little
dogs,
Yeah,
right?
they are my soul dogs. They're like
Exactly,
little. They were
yes.
on my shoulders, but you form rapport with these souls that are around you, and it's like the best thing ever.
But don't you love small dogs?
I love
Don't you
small
like
dogs.
love
I could not. I could
Exactly,
not
that's
do a
like-
big dog.
Yes,
But I've
see?
never grown
Oh
up
my
with a
gosh.
big dog. Never. All my dogs growing up were small.
I was scared of dogs. I was terrified of dogs. I was not a dog person. And I was told when I was a child that to not smile at dogs or else they'll think I want to fight them.
Who tells a child not to smile at a dog? What the fuck is that? Who gave you
And
that
my-
horrible life advice?
It was this was actually what it was. My
Oh, was
cousin
it
had
just
a
your cousin? Okay.
No, my cousin had a dog and I was being left home alone with the dog while the adults went to the bar. And the last thing that was said to me was don't smile at the dog or else they think you're trying to like show your teeth at them, like bite them.
That's who says that? That's absurd. But you know what? I had a horrible dog experience too growing
tell
up.
me.
So my first girlfriend, my first beard, I guess her name
I was like, wait,
my
what?
first beard. I was
Okay,
in third
sweet.
grade.
So you're okay.
But this is
your
like
friend.
my friend, like my BFF, my BFF of 1990, whatever. She had this huge dog that came after me and bit me on the butt. And I started screaming, and I was terrified of dogs my entire life. Her mom was a Univision sports anchor. She still is, called Maria Antonieta Collins.
Okay, don't
And-
call them out. Like,
Oh, that's so fine. They're not listening to this. I mean, I'm not suing them for their dog. Listen, dogs bite. I get it. It happens.
oh, you're so sweet.
You know, but her mom had to like get like Neosporin or whatever Neosporin was back in the day and lift up like my underwear and get my butt cheek and like rub
Oh,
it
yeah.
on my wound there. So I've been terrified of big dogs since.
Wait, what do you mean wound? Did it break the skin?
Yeah, it bit my fucking butt.
Okay, I am gonna tell you something, and I'm so sorry to have to tell you this because this is like really and real and serious. That is neglect. You don't
Yeah.
just put Neosporin on an open wound on a child, and not
On
even
a
your
child.
child. That's like, and like honestly, the truth is, if it breaks the skin, you have to get shots because you don't know like what the dog, what kind of like, did they get their
Dog one.
vaccines? Blah blah blah. Wait, so the solution was put Neo on it?
Like Neosporin or what do you
Yeah,
call that? I'm sorry.
like
Is it
Bactroban or
iodine?
Anta something.
Is it something that like thing you
Oh,
put on like the
iodine. Yeah.
iodine?
Okay,
I'm
iodine.
sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's your
Yeah.
baby. Oh my gosh, she's so cute.
I love
I'm
her.
obsessed with her.
She's my favorite
Obsessed
person.
with her. Yeah. I mean, listen, their story takes a lot more turns than just their dog biting me
Oh.
in the ass. But
Oh.
I'm terrified of large dogs because of that. So
Okay.
I mean, I'm not afraid to smile though. I'll smile at a dog, but I'll keep my distance.
Like you covered your mouth and you said you're like, no more
Like, I
smiling.
know. No
Have
more
you ever
smiling.
seen
I'm done.
folks listening? If you ever see a dog, do not smile at them. I'm kidding. Please only smile at pups. They deserve the best in life.
I love dogs so much. I always know I can't trust someone if they say something like, "Oh, it's just a dog." Like so many people have told me since
Oh,
the
I
boys have
can't.
died, just get a new one. They literally, I'm like,
Wait, no,
it
no.
infuriates me, and that's why, like, I mean, I when I get Sad Boy on the podcast and stuff like that, I always
Oh,
talk about it. It's like those are your soul tribes, and like the fact that you found each other and that you cared, and someone will just be like, "Okay, it's sad, but why don't you find a new one?" And I forgot I was listening to someone the other
oh,
day. And they were like, "Oh, my dog. Oh my god, it may have been someone I liked. I don't want to call them out because I do like them, but I don't like them anymore secretly." But they said something
Alana
to
Glazer, how dare you? No, I'm just kidding.
the.
Aubrey Plaza, we're coming for you. No, they didn't say anything.
Stop
This is
it,
alleged.
Aubrey. Allegedly, Aubrey Plaza. No, but someone said they were like, "Oh my god, like my dog lasted 15 years. So if they last one more year, I'll be happy that I was a good dog mom." And I was like, "How can you talk like that? That's such a disregard for life."
Wait, what did they say? They said what? Say it
They
again,
said
because
Yeah, so they said they were like, "Okay, I have my dog. I don't have any kids. I only have a dog, and the dog is 15. And you know what? It's lived such a good life that if it lives one more year, I'll be like, good. I'm glad it died because I've been a good dog mom." And I was like, "How can you
wait,
say that? What is
wait,
wrong with you?" I
I
know.
like it doesn't compute. I'm like, don't
I
doesn't
know.
compute, doesn't compute. I don't understand. I don't wait. This better not be someone you like. Wait, I'm upset.
No, it's
Sorry,
not like
I'm having like a visceral reaction. I'm like, don't say that.
no, it's someone I like. Like I think I listen to their pod. It's not
Yeah.
anyone that like I
That you're
know
like best
personally.
friends with. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. So I can
No.
hate them. Great. My new
Yeah, so
nemesis.
yeah.
I just
But-
like that's not we don't wish death upon the pups. What?
No, it doesn't make any
Icky.
sense.
Okay,
Icky,
whatever.
icky.
We
Anyways.
hate. We hate, okay? Get with it.
Well, speaking of hating hate, I mean, did you see what happened in Texas? Again,
No,
another
today?
shooting. It was like yesterday or 2 days ago. It was another shooting.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. It's insane. Like in a mall, 8 people dead. Like, what is going on with this country? It just infuriates me.
Well, we all have gone absolutely mad, and I do mean that like I'm not being cruel or insensitive. Like we actually have. Like everyone is terrified at all times. And those who are very, very terrified, like those who are so there's something in like psych that when children develop, when the brain develops, when the brain develops under such like neglect and inhuman experiences, the brain learns to think the entire world is like that. When a child is treated like they are less than human, like they are an object or a property, right? It creates like really such terrible trauma that they don't know, their defenses get really, really strong, and they don't know how to act with compassion or empathy. And that's when like things like narcissism start to form, and or like more so solipsism. And it's hard when you don't think you're a person to value other people.
Yeah.
Like, because it doesn't compute. Like, they just don't. They're like, oh, I'm garbage and everyone else is garbage. We're all worthless. And that's why we have like these horrible things. And to be completely frank, like 100%, like brutal truth, I blame the US government.
Yeah.
Flat out. I blame the government and the people above them, because there are people above them. There are people that cut their checks. And that is why we are all, they may even like this. They may say, oh, yeah, let them kill each other. We do not care. We do not care. It's clear they don't care because they change nothing. Nothing gets changed. And we're all told to like, oh, call your congressperson, vote, come out and vote, make sure you vote. Our voting system is so messed up. It is so like ridiculously like convoluted, not cool, doesn't work. We know it doesn't work. Also, like for a million reasons, but it hasn't worked. So we know for a fact that they don't care. So
I have to agree with you. I mean, listen, in Texas Mall, like the shooter was 33 years old with an AR-15 style rifle. I mean, this to me just like, how do we still go on in a society? And, I've only been gone from New York, even though I've been coming back and forth for like 8 months.
Yeah.
And the city here, everyone's running amok, and it's
really
not safe. Yeah, I mean, it's true. I wouldn't have said it before. I would have been like, no, that's not true. Everything here is fine. I was on the subway the other night, and I was genuinely afraid about what's going on. And
whoa.
Yeah, and it just like, I'm like, does anyone care? And there seems to be this, I think you were saying like just now, it's like when people themselves are starting to have that trauma, when they're manifesting that trauma, and they're not looking at other people like humans. You don't have that empathy. I think post-pandemic, that is something that has been so incredibly clear. I mean, we saw it during the pandemic though, when people were like, we don't want to wear masks and stuff like that. And listen, anyone can have a debate on the mask thing, but like, it doesn't matter. The motivation was to protect your fellow person. And there was such a big hubbub about getting a vaccine, about everything. And
yeah,
I think it showed people that like when the chips are down, people are out for themselves. They're going to polarize things instead of looking out for your own well-being. And I think now coming out of it, people are just have this level of apathy towards their fellow individual. And I think some people are snapping.
Oh, absolutely. And it's crazy because it all comes from the same place. Like if we're on a timeline, right? And they're like dual timelines, let's say. There's like a critical pair of timelines. And those who just use this example, those who didn't want to wear a mask were feeling that their needs weren't being met. They felt like they weren't being protected. So why are they going to protect other people? No one's helping me. No one's ever helped me. And so they're like, okay, well, I don't need to help anybody else. Like, you're intruding on my rights. So screw you. You don't care about my rights. I don't care about your rights, whatever. But that's because they've been treated poorly. They have trauma. And so then they say that to everyone else who is wearing a mask. And then those people who are wearing a mask are like, well, I put in all this effort to try to save people, but it takes everyone to do it. And they get burnt out and disheartened. And they like maybe stop trying. Maybe they're like, maybe I should just worry about myself. And that's where I feel like we are now. And we need something to like push like like say it's like, that game Pong. What is it called? Pong? Where it's like back and forth.
Bong,
like
bong,
we need something
I was
to
like bong bong bong.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. We need something to like we've like gone so far in one direction. We need like a wall to like hit us back in the other direction. Like of goodness, like how we're naturally supposed to be.
Well, what do you think? What kind of goodness could there be out there right now? And I hate to sound like the pessimist right now, because I agree with you. We need something that's going to unify us as people. Like, what could happen? Like, is it something like Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston getting back together? I'm like, woo! Is it Beyonce dropping a new album? Is it getting a politician? I mean, listen, we will always take Beyonce's new album.
Oh yes, please. If there's a tour coming.
Is there like a politician that is just going to be really frank and honest? I mean, I don't even think people like that exist in government anymore.
Wait, was it you that I was? Oh no. Well, here's my theory, which isn't a theory at all. The job of politician should not exist. There is no such thing as a politician.
I think we were talking about that. I
It's
think you did mention that.
only, oh, really? Yeah. It's
Yeah.
only should be public servants. They're just public servants. But
No.
what I was going to say is, okay, so yeah, politicians, whatever. I hate politicians. What I was going to say is that, was it you all talking about Anonymous too? It was, wasn't
No,
it? Was
I
it
don't
not?
remember. I don't remember. Anonymous, the organization, the
Yeah.
online organization that I forgot what they said. They should have seen us coming. We are one. We are legion. I'm forgetting the video. Like they
I
have
have
the blurred
no
out.
idea what
Yeah,
quote that is, but sure, it
yeah,
sounds
yeah.
right. Very serious. It's very X-Men. It's very Avengers, actually, specifically.
Yeah.
Like, so Anonymous is a group. This is to the look, anyone listening, this is all alleged. I don't know anything. This is to the best of my knowledge. Let's just say like I'm the average American and I know like something, but not everything, right? So just trust me that I'm not trying to cause harm. This is just all I know based on my space-time and experience. So Anonymous, from my understanding, is a group that like calls out bad stuff, right? They're hackers. They use like, because now we're all on these like hard drives and, you know, processing whatever and blah 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 blah, and the cloud, everything's up in the cloud. So they like get into that stuff and reveal stuff, right? Is that your understanding?
Yep.
Sorry, I sound so dumb, but I don't
What
really
did
know.
they do? They did something big in like 2006, 2007 because
Well,
I became obsessed with
did
them.
you really? Oh, okay, that's cool. I don't know, but I know they were trying to freaking release the Epstein list or whatever.
Oh yes.
And like, my question is this: why is Anonymous anonymous?
Yeah.
Like, really, that's a real question. Why is Anonymous anonymous? Because we are the people, we 300 something million of us, and the government is a small group of people. And to be honest, between us and anyone listening, LOL, if Anonymous came forward and they were like, yeah, sorry, we hacked some things, but we wanted to get the pedophiles, I would be like, cool. Okay. No, they don't have to go to prison. Like the court of, thank you. Yes. Yeah. Right. The court
like,
of
thank
public
you for
opinion.
doing that.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Like, thank you for your service. Honestly, you risked your well-being.
They are public servants in that regard.
Exactly. More so than people in government. They're actually trying to do something, right? So hi, Anonymous, if you're listening.
Oh my God. I would be so flattered if we had someone from Anonymous listening.
Please like, listen, we love you.
Love you, hearts.
But that's what but of course they're staying anonymous because they're scared. What if they came out and were like, we're anonymous and here's the list of the pedophiles that are all running the country? I know that sounds, I know what I just said sounds wild. But like, it's funny when the whole like Pizzagate of it all happened, I was like, what is this? What is going on? This is crazy. Like a pizza shop, like, wait, I love pizza, like, is pizza canceled? But then right, and of course like they looked into it and there was no secret layer in a pizza shop or whatever. However, the part about there being like bad people doing bad stuff to kids in the world who are very powerful and own a lot of money, property, security, that turned out to be real. That actually turned out to be real. And I don't think anybody like saw that coming. And so now I'm kind of thinking like, okay, wait, maybe Anonymous should like just come out and say, hi, like, here's everything you need to know.
Well, it's kind of like there are these people who are doing, they're kind of like real life like heroes. They're doing social work. They're helping society. They're calling out the bad people on it. But
like
bad people. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. But like these people, the bad people are so high up there. Hey, baby. I'm sorry. What's your dog's name again?
Zoe.
Zoe can join. Zoe can be our third. That we don't even. It's so layered and nuanced. Like these people were so far up there. They have a certain public image, and then it takes people like Anonymous to go out there and uncover the truth. But then if they do that, they're risking not only their lives, but the lives around them, the people in their life. And that's where I think, you want to safeguard their identity from people like that, or even other radical people that are benefiting from their hard work who just don't see that'll come after them, like online trolls who just take it a step further, as we know.
I just think, I know, but that's the thing. What is a troll if not a person? They're not bots. Behind every computer screen, there is a human being, a breathing, living, dreaming, someone who has to be okay with themselves when they lie their head down at nighttime. Like, they're not trolls. And I think that almost is like has become like a derogatory, like almost a slur, because wait, that's an actual human. The same way it like mutes life for them where they can just say nasty things, it kind of mutes it for us where we don't realize that they're human. Mostly because they're speaking to us in a way that seems inhuman. It seems unnatural to be so cruel, right?
Mhm.
And so I'm wondering, like, how do we help these people who are acting cruel?
Well, how do we? I mean, that's a really good question. I was thinking about that actually. It's so funny that we're bringing this up because during the Met Gala, Kiki Palmer came out on the red
Queen.
on the carpet. I was going to say red carpet, whatever Anna
Wait, she was
Wintour cares for the
there?
Met Gala.
Oh, no.
I
Okay, go
know.
ahead. I love Kiki Palmer. She's so talented. Okay, go ahead.
And
Tell me. I'm gonna be quiet. Go ahead.
so no. I mean, listen, they were honoring Karl Lagerfeld. Like I have called that out. I love fashion, but oh my, what? I don't get it. Why Karl? Anyways, moving on.
Wait, I have something crazy. It's gonna be so offensive. Okay, I'll tell after your story. Go for it.
No, I want the offensive thing first.
Do you really? It's really
Yeah.
offensive. I don't know why this like came to my head, but at some point, probably during Gifted, I don't know where I had this thought, or I never ever have thought that I would ever be invited or go to the Met Gala. It's not even like a thing for actors. It's mostly just celebrity, like you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like models, celebrities, fashion industry. Like it's not even my industry. So I don't know why I thought this, but I was like, if I ever get invited, I'm gonna like. This is so messed up. This is so messed up. I was very young at the time, okay? I was like, I'm gonna need to use it as an opportunity to protest somehow. So I'm gonna submit a fake outfit to Anna Wintour. Because for those of you who don't know, you have to submit your outfits to go to the Met Gala. They have to get approved. Except for this year, two people wore the same dress. I don't know.
That
It
doesn't
make
make
any
any sense
it must have been on
whatsoever.
purpose. Anyway, so I was like, I'm gonna submit a fake outfit that's like totally fine and traditional, and then I'm gonna. I can't say it. I said I'm gonna show up in some sort of like. No, I can't say it. It's really bad. It's really bad.
If you're welcome to say it. If you don't want to say it, you don't have to.
Okay, I'm gonna
But
say it. It was just an idea. It wasn't something I was
yeah,
going to do. I was just a thought. I
yeah,
thought of a way to protest, right?
yeah.
And bring awareness. I thought, what if I dressed up as Karl Lagerfeld, but like had him like holding a piece of like Nazi memorabilia?
Oh gosh, that would have
I
yeah,
know that sounds awful because you don't ever want to give a spotlight to evil in the world.
yeah. But
Especially you
that
don't want to
is
paint it in a
a
glamorous way,
statement.
but
Yeah.
that's a statement. Like that would be like, wait, what is this place? Who was that person? What did they believe in, you know?
Well, Karl Lagerfeld was notoriously fat phobic, was
Oh
just
yeah.
very body shaming a lot of the models that came out quite a bit. Chanel had a lot of ties, was a Nazi sympathizer. And listen, I don't know the full story. It's been a minute since I've read a Chanel biography, but I remember
I mean, neither of us were
doing the deep
there,
dive.
but
Yeah.
according to historians,
Like she definitely collaborated. And that's one of those things that I'm shocked in today's world. We acknowledge it. We're like, listen, this came from a time that we don't understand. We're gonna course correct. And
right, yeah.
maybe our theme for the Met Gala is something. I'm just pulling something out
What
of my
not
ass
to
here. Like
do.
what
Maybe
not to do.
don't be
Yeah,
a Nazi, you know,
yeah.
like
Or unity, or love your
ooh,
fellow person.
yes, love your fellow,
You
or
know.
even like, or even they, you know, it would be great since it is like adjacent, like costuming is adjacent to like the fashion industry. It's all one.
Mhm.
It would be great if they did a year. Literally, the theme could be like, I know it's like become such a buzzword, but like bodies. I
Yeah.
was gonna say body positivity, but just like bodies. Like you don't need to put any value, negative, positive, nothing. Just bodies. We are all beautiful. We're freaking human. What if it was like bodies and everyone came dressed like the bodies exhibit from like the science?
Oh my god! I forgot about
wouldn't
the bodies exhibit.
wouldn't that be cool? And people would just like come and like show themselves and show what they're proud of about their physical bodies, because the fashion industry has like pummeled down the human body. They've said like you have to be this, you have to be this. What if we use the two things, bodies and fashion, and instead of making one like fight the other, put them together? Like make a beautiful, like what if 1 year, like let's say spring summer 2027 is like body theme and we all just like celebrate bodies, and not in a way that's like we're trying to exploit it or make money off of it. We're just like altering the art form, right? Like we know the art form has been toxic. Why don't we change it?
Agreed, 100%. Like, I mean, it's so funny when you were saying that. I was just thinking, like, maybe people just show up naked at the Met Gala, and that's a
I mean,
statement. This is our body.
didn't they show up
I
this
mean,
year?
I guess. I mean, that's true. Like Lil Nas. Like, oh my
No,
God,
for
but
sure.
oh my
But like, no,
God.
but maybe like, I don't know. Art is art is art is art. And I personally am not really an artist. I'm more into the sciences, but I love art. I appreciate art. And I want it to be, I want it to go back to what it was, not this new
Well,
thing.
it needs to be avant-garde, not a circle jerk, right?
Yes.
It's not like, oh my God, look at what this person accomplished. And even though it's problematic, we still like are going to wear fingerless gloves on the red carpet. It's no, where's the conversation now in our society, right?
Mhm.
If art and fashion are supposed to be a byproduct of humans, of bodies, of taste, of culture, where are we at right now? We're certainly not at Karl Lagerfeld like era.
Absolutely not. No,
Like
we
we're
have
not.
moved
Sorry.
past. No, we're done.
Okay, anyway, wait. So Kiki Palmer came onto the red
Oh,
carpet.
yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Go ahead.
She was wearing a Sergio Hudson gown. She looked gorgeous.
Of
Kiki
course.
Palmer has been campaigning for the role of Rogue in the MCU. Right?
Mhm.
That's what she has a little video of her saying, "Let's go Rogue." And she's like, "Wait, that was lame." You know what I mean? Like something
Yeah,
really
no,
cute, but make it,
isn't it happening? Isn't it in the works?
I
Hasn't
hope
she signed
so.
contracts? Like, we're ready. Yes.
We're ready. Give us Rogue. And then so because I'm like, okay, I'm following the Met Gala tonight. Kiki Palmer's there. Let me just Instagram an image of Kiki Palmer next to an image of Rogue in like a gown or something, and just post and be like,
I love
watching,
it.
like something really simple and
Oh,
easy
so
like
cute.
that.
That's so cute. I love that.
So I posted it, and I had to turn off the comments because the amount of people who were saying Rogue isn't black. You are destroying the X-Men by posting this. And I'm like, so, going back to that, our conversation about troll, it's like, how do you talk to someone like that? Oh, and you saw it too when I posted stuff about our episode or previous episode where it's like, Lorna,
Oh, well,
it
that's
should
not
be this
people
and that.
trolling.
Yeah, yeah,
People are offended. And that's the thing. You have
yeah.
to you have to take people, sorry to interrupt.
No,
I just
kidding,
like
bro.
I have learned that you have to take people exactly where they are. Like, I had a family member tried to convince a judge that I was a cannibal. And
Shut the
instead
fuck up.
Mhm. And instead of like screaming about it and being like, I'm not a cannibal. What do you think?
No.
Why would you say that? I have to be like, do you genuinely do you feel that you think I'm a cannibal? Do you know what I mean? Like, are those feelings true feelings? Is that really upsetting to you? Is there something else going on? What evidence or indication do you think that I am a people eater? You know what I mean? And so that's what I feel like. And it's a respect thing. And I think we all get defensive. So when someone comes to me and they're like, I was offended by your role of Lorna, and I used to not be able to handle this because it's a very complex story. I think I told it last time when I got canceled the first time, and my parent decided to like go on Twitter and like take things into their own hands. It was very, very traumatic. And I had like, because I have OCD, it was like very bad for me. But now I know that I have to like be nice. No one's trying to attack me. If someone says this is offensive to me, then I'm like, okay, they mean this. Like, they're serious. And I ask,
Yeah.
why was this offensive to you? And then we can like get down to like what it actually is. And then it turns out that it has nothing to do with me. It actually has to do with the fact that like there's a lack of representation or blah, blah, blah. Like things that I didn't do. Like, I didn't create the industry. I don't assign the roles. I didn't even know what role I was going to play. But like, the issue always turns out to be much bigger than any of us, right? It's always someone up top. But we end up screaming at each other because we don't have any other place to put our frustration or our hurt. So to those people, I ask, friends, hello, if you're out there, why does it upset you, the idea of a very talented, beloved actor who has been in the industry since like, I think childhood, right? Who is overly qualified to be the best person for this position. She is fit. She is educated. She is talented. She's an expert in the field. And not only that, she wants the role the most, more than any other actor. Why? Tell me why, please. Comment on this post and tell me why does it bother you that person gets the job? because that to me sounds like the best person for the job.
Emma Dumont, you need to be running Power of X-Men. That is
Oh my
such a
God, no.
that is such
Sorry,
a far more healthy approach than I had. And by the way, listen, I'm not disagreeing with anything you're saying. I'm not even disagreeing.
You can totally disagree
No,
with me.
because I agree with you. I mean, it's how you frame it. Why is it bothering you? Why is it bothering you that this really talented person who wants this role, is advocating for the role, very talented? It's not like we need to check off a diversity, list here.
No,
this
it's the
she
person
is
who's best for the
talented.
role. She's talented and she really wants it. She's passionate. She's researched. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She's researched it. She has the acting chops to play a character like Rogue, who's a bit larger than life. Why is it bothering you there? And I think once upon a time, I would dare say pre-pandemic, I was far better at sitting down and listening to people when they were talking about their emotions and stuff like that. I don't know what it's been like these last few years, maybe this last year and a half, where I'm just like, my approach is less about where is this coming from, and versus why are you doing this? Like, why are you coming in on this page to comment something like this is just a photo of Keke Palmer who looks stunning next to a character she is advocating for, and you guys you're so angry by it, saying that we're destroying the X-Men and we're destroying something by just posting this. But I agree with what you're saying, which is the conversation should be, why do you feel that way? What is it here? Why are you having this kind of reaction? What is it about Rogue being race bent that's going to bug you so much or upset you so much?
What is race bent? I've never heard that.
Race bent is just when they change like the character's like ethnicity for an adaptation.
Oh my gosh, that term sounds so crazy to me. Like, what?
Yeah.
Can't they just be characters? Like, whoever's best for the role should get it. Like, race bent and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It's so much. I like can't keep up. But I think we're saying the same thing. Like, you even said, why are you here? Why do you want to do this? Why do you want your voice to be heard about this topic? Yeah. Why does it mean something to you? You literally just said that. Like, we're asking the same question. So don't feel free to comment below and tell us your answer. I'm not even kidding, friends.
Slide into our DMs.
Really?
Slide into our DMs and tell us. Well, you're probably better at answering DMs than I am. I'm just like, oh gosh, I have to go sleep.
It's hard.
For 12
There's
hours.
A lot. Oh my gosh. I try my best. It's hard to respond to everyone. And sometimes I only get like 1 or 2 responses in, and then they like scroll, like it fills up, and then I lose the one I was talking, and I'm like, oh, there's more and more. And so I try to respond to as many people, even if that means I only get a few messages in, but I do my best.
I hate how Instagram does their inbox. I don't get it. Maybe someone else can explain it to me.
Well, they're hidden. There are like 12 hidden. Yeah. They're like, for those of you who don't know or don't care about messages, let me explain. There's like an inbox, and then there's a second inbox, and then there's a third inbox. But within the third inbox, there is a hidden inbox. But then you have to go into that hidden inbox, and then you have to like press more in more messages, please. And then it finally gives you your messages. It's a whole thing.
It's so annoying. I miss so much, and there's so many people who send such thoughtful notes. A lot like the episode we did, and they loved it, and you miss them, and you're like, I'm sorry. And there's a lot of, oh my god, it's so funny. I knew the episode was a successful when we had you, when a lot of Emma Dumont fan pages
were
amplifying, but they ended up, I don't know if Instagram just thought it was a pretend you, even though they're clearly a fan page, but they were in that hidden,
weird.
Portrait.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. That's really weird.
And they were tagging,
have crazy like AI and stuff. It's Meta literally has AI, right? Isn't that why they're called Meta?
Yeah.
Because it's like a meta analysis. Whatever. They like put those there so that you would see them, because they knew that it would be important to see them, because those accounts are connected to my account in some way because we have the same name.
So one of the things I wanted to ask you last time, but I didn't get a chance to, was how did you get into acting? How did you go from, you started off as a ballerina, right? And then you went into acting?
I started off as a child, and then I was put into modeling, and then I was put into acting, and that is how I got into acting. It was actually a wild story. I was in Japan modeling, and I was.
What were you modeling in Japan?
Clothing.
Yeah.
Makeup. Shoes.
Yeah.
Nothing exciting. Perfume. And I got this message from a manager who was like, hey, I saw you in this indie film that you were in Seattle. And I was like, cool. And he's like, I'm in Japan. I'm like, I'm in Japan. And then he's like, okay, let's meet. And then he became my manager. And then like I think it was the first audition I ever did. I got like, so you do like auditions, there are callbacks, and then there are director sessions. So I got called in from that when I was in Hong Kong. I got flown in from Hong Kong to have a director section with a director named Alexander Payne, and the movie was for a George Clooney film to play his daughter called The Descendants, set in Hawaii based on a novel. And so I flew there, and I didn't get it because I was like 14, and Shailene Woodley got it, and I think she was like 16, 17 at the time. But like obviously she's better than me, more famous than me, like of course. But that was like kind of the moment where like my manager at the time was like, oh, she can act. Okay, cool. This is a thing now. And then I got a pilot for NBC, and then I right away I got my first TV show. So yes, that's how it happened.
And then
That was
is that
boring.
when? No, it wasn't boring at all. Stop it. And is that when you started when you moved to LA,
So
or?
I was moved to LA for sophomore year, no, junior year, I believe. No,
Mhm.
maybe sophomore year. Yeah, maybe 15, maybe 16. I don't know. Whatever. Um, because I auditioned for arts high school here, and then I went there.
Gotcha.
Or arts high school, yeah. And then I moved to LA because it wasn't in LA, it was just in California. And then I moved to LA when I got the job. So it's so boring. I honestly is not
I love how you're like, it's so boring, and you were in Japan, you auditioned for a George Clooney film, and your manager's like, oh my God, you lost it to Shailene Woodley, but that means you can act, so don't be upset.
Don't be upset. You can actually act.
You
No,
can act. Every great actor loses to Shailene Woodley, so it's
fair.
totally fine. I mean, fair enough. Like
You'll be
I
fine.
get it. Oh my
I mean,
God.
it didn't work out for me. I didn't make it big or anything. And honestly, it's probably because like my heart was never in it because it was never on my terms. The industry
Yeah.
is an abusive place. I mean, there's a big strike going on right now. There are several to
Yeah.
come because our union contracts are up, and it always felt icky to me. And you know, my first year after leaving my abusive home for the first time in my whole life, I like wasn't really auditioning. I had like a couple bad experiences on sets, and then I kind of was like, yeah, I'm on a break, and I'm actually writing, so we'll see what happens.
You need to
Um
be writing. I told you this last time. You have a big soul.
I
You need to share that.
That's it.
You need to share that, BB.
I'm just not good. I'm just not good at writing, but I am trying. It's okay to try something you're not amazing at. Like that's fine. That's what
Right.
kids do every day. Literally, they go to school and they're dum-dums and they like learn to write and read and do stuff. So I can learn too.
Yeah, listen, if a baby can learn a new language while defecating in itself, Emma Dumont can write something. I promise
Oh my
you.
gosh, we should make merch. That's done, done and done.
Did
Oh
you?
my
So it's
goodness.
when I was at Harper, there was this editor named Karen Rinaldi, and she
I love that
was.
you use full names. You're like, I will like source every person, call you out. I will tell them about
I would
your
tell you
home
about
where
your
you
dog
live.
biting me and everything. No, no, she would love it that I'm sharing this story because
Aw.
she was a woman in her at the time she was in her late 40s, early 50s, and she had just taken up surfing.
Hey,
And
cool.
people were telling her, no, you're doing it wrong. No, you're supposed to do it like this. Oh, but if you had been doing this for
Okay.
years, you would be better. So
Whatever.
she wrote an op-ed for the New York Times that said, it's okay to suck at something.
Dude,
And
that's
that's what,
amazing. I'm so glad you said her name now. That's
yeah, I'll
amazing.
send you the article. But you're like,
Please, not gonna
I
read
don't know
it.
how to surf. Like,
It's okay. It's okay to not
yeah,
know how to serve. Yeah,
it's okay. And it's like, it's okay to suck at something. And
absolutely.
it just took me back to what you were saying right now about not being good as a writer and being, coming from a toxic household, because during the pandemic, my husband and I, we went down to stay with my family. And I was like, you know what? I shot bow and arrow a couple of times when I was a kid. Now that we're in the middle of a global crisis and I have this backyard, let me go buy bow and arrow and just shoot. And my dad just came out and saw me doing it and was so on top of me. It was so toxic just telling me, well, if you had been doing this instead of that, and you say, like, you're not going to get it right. I'm like, listen, I'm okay to suck at this. Like, I, I, I am an adult who is learning something new. It's not intuitive. I don't want to compete.
I don't want to compete.
The world is ending. Victorious had just died. I just need to shoot this bow and arrow. I'm having a crisis. I'm having a mental health event. Let me figure it out. Like, let me just figure
You're
this out.
actually just having a hobby. It's not even a mental health event. I am so sorry that happened. But it is true that happens. Like, I think our parents' generation were told by somebody, the government or their parents or whoever, that, like, you have to raise good children. Being a parent is the hardest thing in the world. I have to sacrifice so much for you, you little shit. And so they think that, like, we're a reflection on them as parents and that they need us to be the best in order to feel validated that they've done a good job. But guess what? That's not how life works. Like, I literally, my parent one time, like, yelled at me, like, this is going to sound so crazy. I think it was during the pandemic when Olivia Rodrigo was getting very big. And my parent yelled at me, you could have been Olivia Rodrigo. And I'm like, no, I am not a young Hispanic singer. What are you talking
about? What is up with
I am not a 14-year-old Disney Hispanic American. But great first album, Olivia.
I mean, I haven't listened to it, but I'm going to listen to it. Well, I probably won't, but
you're like me. Probably won't, but that's okay.
Probably won't.
I get the idea. Anyway, but that's what I mean. We're like, that's the archery thing. They get so uncomfortable. Like, why isn't my child the best? What? It's, you know what? They always complain. Everybody gets a ribbon. Well, who made up those rules? It was them. They want their kid to get the award. They want their kid to be the best, which seems sweet and nice, right? But it hurts us. Stop hurting us.
Well, I just want, like, you thinking about, like, since my parents are older now and they're requiring a lot of more work, I've realized there's a lot of resentment that has, like, built up there. And you posted something a couple weeks ago about if you've ever told your kid, I have gray hair because of you, you know, that is just a form of abuse because that child did not ask to be born. You brought it. And my parents were the biggest culprits for that. I never felt physically endangered. So I don't want to make it sound like my background. But, you know, spiritually and emotionally, my parents, like, I've realized now, like, they did a number on me, especially my dad, who I have to sort of help now. You know, I have to, know, and it's an embittering process when it shouldn't be embittering. You should want to help your tribe. You should want to be with the people that you had formidable years with. And you kind of, like, built yourself around your relationship with them. And now I'm just like, just stop talking. You know what I mean? Like, they're just awful human beings. Sorry.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. No,
they don't listen. They don't even know I have a podcast. Even though I talk about it all the time.
They don't know.
Like,
they don't know about it.
I'm like, I have a podcast.
Really,
and they're like, well, I talk. Well, it's so funny. So my parents came with me to my brother's engagement. And my brother's future mother-in-law was asking me all about Power of X-Men. She was a fan of The Gifted. So she saw that you were on it.
Oh.
And my dad just kind of nodded and was like, look at what Siri can do. And I'm like, that's the extent of what this person cares. Does not care that we have built a community or something like that. And I have to care about the stuff that's going on in his life. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's really not hard to do.
It's hard because our generation, excuse me, like, it's hard because your experience is not rare. It's so many of us. I have several friends right now who have parents, fathers even, that they have to basically take care of. They're the caregiver or whatever when they're with them or all the time, you know. And it's hard when you go up and ask someone, hey, why did you abuse me? Or why did you stand by while someone else abused me? Which is the same thing as abuse.
Yeah.
And that person, like, being weaker now, different now, they might not remember. Like, it's a very weird thing because we did the work. We went to therapy. We, like, cried through the night and got through the pain. And we took that on our shoulders. because we knew we couldn't lash out at someone else because we knew that would hurt them. Our parents didn't know that. And so now I think a lot of us are coming to a time where like it's weird. It's a weird, these people that used to hurt us so much and had like their word was gospel, right? Like if they told me I was a waste of oxygen, I believed it. And now I'm like, oh, they're just humans. And not only that, they're like very unwell and very hurt humans. And you know what? They owed us parenthood no matter what, because they created our lives.
Yeah.
We do not owe them being their children. We do not owe them unconditional love. However, many of us are giving it graciously because they've done the work and they're good people. And that hurts them. Like they sacrifice a little bit of their well-being, that resentment, that pain that they'll never get answers for in order to take care of the older generation. So no, you're not alone. It's a lot of people are going through that. I'm such a rambler. I'm sorry. You'll never have me on again.
Oh my God. No, I'm just staring at you as you're talking because it's true. And it's, you said something just to pull on that thread. There does come a point in your life where you have to see your parents as very flawed individuals. And I think it is really, especially for women, to have this unrealistic expectation of motherhood that, that's rooted in our Judeo-Christian society of Mary, a virgin able to give birth.
My gosh.
I still hold her son while he's dying because she's so pure and no one can ever live up to that. It's so unfair. I 100% unfair to mothers and to kids to even have to have that expectation over them about what their mother should be. But, I had a professor in college in my poetry seminar. I'll name her again, name her Ginny Grimsley. And I remember
we get it. You went to college, brag.
A Florida college. Jokes on everyone. It's a Florida one.
Go Dolphins. Or whatever. Go Marlins.
I don't know where anything is, but I can quote someone from like 20 years ago. But she said, there comes a point in your life where you have to kill your parents. And she wrote a poem of her dad where she saw her dad as a human. And I remember being in that classroom, Emma, and being like, I don't think I could ever kill my parents, like spiritually. Like my parents are just so great. Yeah. And it was this weird, like Stockholm
Was that
syndrome.
Your thought? Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. They're so great. They have my best interest. My parents are the exception.
Oh, they're the best. They're the best parents. They even tell me they're the best. They love me. They want what's best for me. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My parents used to say, you could have those other parents. You have us. They used to say that all the time to me. You could have other parents. And now I'm like, wow, maybe I did want those other parents.
No, I begged to go to foster care. I begged to go to foster care. Yeah, and I was told that that my parent couldn't afford it. But I now know as an adult that you don't have to pay to put your kid in foster care. But that I was told that lie that you had to pay some sort of fee or something. But that's awful. Like you should be so grateful to have us. Like you could have all those other parents. That's like crazy manipulation. What?
It's crazy. It's awful. It's, I don't know why people would even say that. And I don't think it came from a place of negativity. I think it came up from a place of pride for them.
Absolutely. That's the thing. They think it's true. They don't think they're the villain. No one does.
No one's a villain of their own story. And listen, they came from Cuba, didn't speak a lick of English, had to put themselves through law school. I get it. Life. And they had my sister.
Like, what?
Their daughter was born, with petit mal seizures, and it created a lot of hurdles for them. I wouldn't know what it would be like to be in your 20s, new to this country, having a daughter who needs, care. Yeah. I wouldn't know how I'd rationalize the world either if I were them, course. To be fair, especially when your brain is still cooking, you're in your early 20s.
Yeah, it's still like 25, 26 is when your brain's like actually gets fully developed. Yeah.
So I felt, like I'm not trying to hold any shade against them, but a lot of those unresolved issues, though, unless you like tackle them, as you know, it comes out later on in adulthood and you become a little bit embittered by the whole process.
Oh, of course, because you're like, I've done so much work. You've done zero work. You've had more time on this earth than I have. I got no freedom. I didn't get to have a life. And now I don't get a life because I have to like worry about you and your feelings, which I had to do my entire childhood because you were stunted as a child. We were all raised by children.
Yeah.
Millennials were raised by children. I even know people that are our parents' ages, like Gen X or whatever is above that, whatever, who like they fully admit, they're like, yeah, I'm still like a kid. I feel like a kid. I feel like I'm 15. I'm like, wait, what? No, because I feel like an adult. I feel like I'm 80. So how can you feel like you're 16 still? That means that there was an imbalance of like who was doing the parenting, basically.
I agree. It's so funny that you're saying that because I just see my parents right now. Well, my mom has dementia, but I see my dad, and he so desperately wants to be in his 20s, in his 30s. And
Really?
I'm like, I don't know. I'm with you. I'm team Emma on this. I feel old. I feel like I did what I had to do. I feel like I acted irresponsibly when in the appropriate times of my life, I have evolved and I enjoy adulthood. I wouldn't want to
Yeah.
regress. I wouldn't want to
No.
regress. Even now, even with wrinkles and everything, I'm proud of how I look. You know what I
Absolutely. Well,
mean?
because
Like,
you're gorgeous. Stop bragging
stop
about it.
that.
It was the hair
Don't
comment
take
and now
that.
this.
I
No,
mean,
but it's
stop it.
true.
Yeah.
But I feel the same way. Like, I feel like I've lived 1,000 lives. And
Yeah.
that's where you have like the stereotypes of like millennial grandmas. Like, that's where that comes from. The idea that we've seen some shit
Yeah.
and we've made it through. All of us.
I just, you know, I just am not okay with how our parents' generation, how they're treating us now, and sort of that toxicity, how it's coming through, and it's just it becomes a little overwhelming. You know what I mean?
It's absolutely overwhelming because what happened was there was a generation who during their time as adults, the economy got destroyed via the pyramid scheme of capitalism. And now those who like were able to get property and blah blah blah, they're like they kind of made it by, but not really. And then those who didn't get to get all that stuff, like didn't make it big, like now they're like the saying things like, "Oh, well, you're my child. You need to take care of me." Like, "Oh, it's time for you to take." I'm like, "What do you mean you never parented me? I don't owe you a house. I don't owe you the car I got you. I don't owe you me supporting you for the last 4 years. Like, you don't, I'm not going to support you because I didn't get a chance to lay the foundation of my life yet."
Yeah, yeah.
What? No, honey, no.
Honey, no, 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 no.
I didn't
Okay,
even get to, like, none of us did. We had to be adults right away. We didn't get to
yeah.
like build and grow and decide who we were until like now, recently.
Well, and I'm sorry, it sounds like you had to be an adult right away and you were seeing success on the acting front. And I'm assuming there was a parent there that was just reaping in those benefits.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
God, I'm so
I
sorry.
mean, I don't know
Yeah.
how else to, I don't know. Because I don't know. I don't know what
Yeah.
like the intent, I mean, the intent, I guess, was like, the intent by all of them, I believe, is to feel secure, right? That's
Yeah.
what we all need is the pyramid of needs. And if somebody who is like toxic thinking, abusive, they don't have their needs met, they will seek them from anyone they can. Some of them even have children on purpose to do that.
Yeah.
But those are the extreme cases. The everyday people, like that stuff is still there. That like resentment, the weirdness, like the thing where like you have to take care of me thing. And like it's weird that we have this stereotype in pop culture, like, don't put me in an old folks' home. Like, what does that even mean? I don't understand. Like, what even is an old folks home? And the truth of the matter is retirement sucks. None of our citizens are being taken care of. So people are panicking and then they're like blaming their children for it. What?
No, I mean, it's so true when you say it out loud, the absurdity of that blame.
Yeah. I'm like, look, you guys voted in the people that screwed your
Yeah.
lives up. I was not here to vote. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't make these decisions. So don't
This was
blame
all
me.
on you. Why are you looking for someone to
No.
blame? Well, it's true what you were saying about the pyramid of needs and how people latch onto others and they get angry when they're not getting what they want. I just I don't know. I just think it's a really fucked up way of living your life. And I can't
Yeah.
believe that there are people who don't have that introspection, at least to be able to change that, especially with a child. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, you know how you feel like, I don't know. I can only talk about how I feel when I felt about Vic and Apollo when they were here on this earth, and how whatever they need, I'm there to
Yep.
protect them. I'm there to
Absolutely.
support, and they're my soul tribe. I
I mean,
cannot
even
believe,
still, it's like
yeah,
they're in your soul, they're in your heart, like, right?
yeah.
Like,
And I can't believe a parent wouldn't even have that level of love or awareness to protect their child, or be so awful to their children. No, and no one needs to be perfect. No, everyone makes
oh,
mistakes because we're all
absolutely
humans.
not.
But like, there has to be a place of love. And sometimes I feel what I'm seeing, at least with my family, with my parents, there's no source of love.
There's
You
no
know what I
love.
mean? There's only obligation, and how dare you not support us? How dare you not be here for me? Don't you know what I did for you and all this stuff? And it's,
Yes. I sacrificed so much for you.
sounds like, all right.
Please don't do that.
Yeah.
You should have gotten
Yeah.
an abortion. Just kidding.
No, then we wouldn't have had Emma Dumont or
No, but
Pilar.
nobody
No,
needed me, so it's fine. But I
I
totally
needed
understand what
you.
you're saying, and I feel it, and I'm in it, and it's hard though because it's like, LOL, not me circling back to RuPaul after talking so much shade. Also, when you were like, I'm not trying to have shade, you know what? The library can be open, but it can be open lovingly. It can be open lovingly and logically. It is okay to call things out. Like, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Life lessons from Emma Dumont. The library could be open, but it could be loving shade. I do love loving shade. I do love a good roast.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I like nice. I like people when people are nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard because it's like RuPaul says, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else? And these people, this generation, they do not love themselves. Like, they do not love themselves. They refuse to take care of their mental health. They refuse to take care of their physical health. They refuse to stop acting like 6-year-olds because they don't know how to. They refuse to try to self-regulate their emotions because they don't know how to. And it's painful and it hurts to try to learn that as an adult. Babies learn it. Toddlers learn it, right? They like try an ice cube. It's too cold. They're like, wah, wah. And then they're like, oh, just spit it out. And then they're like, wah, wah. And they're like, oh, wait, no, I spit it out. I'm fine now. Okay, you're okay. You're okay. Now, like, they learn how to regulate themselves, how to talk them down off of whatever emotions. But these now adults, it's so hard for them. Again, it's like learning languages, like learning the language of regulating your own feelings, emotions, behavior. That is hard to learn as you get older, similar to Japanese and French. This came full circle.
I love how full circle we are here.
Cancel me. Cancel me. I'm never coming back.
No, you are so articulate, and I just feel like these are conversations that need to be had out there, and they're so important. And no one has these conversations. There are people who are just afraid to have very difficult conversations. And we touched upon this last time you were on, which was, it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to say something and be like, okay, it's fine, we were wrong. It did not come from a place of malice. It just came from a place of needing to grow and hear, put it out there so you can hear, the echo or what was coming back.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That's all I have.
Yes,
yes, I agree.
yes.
I'm like, yes, be wrong. Be as wrong as many times as you can. I mean, that's what science is. That's what research is. Research is making a hypothesis based on the information you have in front of you. And that could be anything. It could be like, masks don't do anything, or masks are great, vaccines are silly, or we need vaccines. Whatever your opinion is at that time in that space time based on your experiences, that hypothesis can be researched. And so, like, research is just being wrong as many times until you are right. That's what research is. And we can live our lives via the research of the human experience. I am insane.
You started a YouTube channel? Are you a YouTuber now? Is that
Oh,
what happened?
I posted one video. Not you calling me out. I posted one singular video, and it was about a zombie movie. Like, it's not.
Stop it! Wait, I'm trying to find it on YouTube now because I had it in my notes here. I was like, YouTube channel.
Oh my gosh, you took notes. It's so sweetie.
Of course, I'm always going to jot down little notes when I have people.
Also, you're in a chair that makes it look like you are wearing a blazer, like a very, a very like shoulder padded blazer.
No, I'm wearing like
this
Vans shirt I bought like the other day because I was like,
classic.
I need clothes.
Classic emo aughts kid.
I was supposed to come in only for a couple of days, and then I was like, I think I'll just stay while they're doing construction, like, and let Jeff deal with it. I was like, I can't. No, I can't. I cannot be in messy spaces. That is
Yeah.
like my big thing. I just can't like your room looks very organized. If you saw my apartment, like it's not. There's things still in boxes. There's dirt. There's
Yeah.
sheetrock like
Well, you're
dripping.
moving and building, of course. So it's giving you a
Oh,
little bit of anxiety,
it
maybe.
gives
It's
me
like,
such bad
yeah.
anxiety.
Well, then good. I'm so glad you're staying in New York. You don't need to
No,
force yourself to be in uncomfortable situations. Like, yes, let it happen without you. That is okay. You are uncomfortable. And if there's an emergency, you of course will get on a plane and hop down. It's not even a big deal.
stop it. I love you. I need you in my everyday life for everything. So wait, you posted one
Should we do a
video.
morning show? Should we just
Oh
get
my
on for like an
God.
hour every morning at like 5 a.m. to 6 a.m.? It could be
Can you
live.
imagine? I can be up and ready at 5 a.m. Like,
Really? We could like Twitch it. What is that what it's called? Switch?
is it
Twitch?
Twitch? No, we could do it. We could do an Instagram live or a YouTube live or
Oh,
something
word.
like that.
Yeah. Oh,
And
YouTube Live.
oh my
Yes.
God,
That'd
and
be
we
great because
talk
I have a
about like
YouTube
points.
channel.
I know, I'm trying to find it here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, it's
Zombie
M.
movie.
It's EM_ the word talks. You have to like type out the whole thing or else it will take you
It
to
won't come out.
it goes to a fan account who's like an actual very good YouTuber.
Yeah.
And like is so kind and like posts all my stuff on Instagram, which is so amazing and sweet. And
I know. Well, that's what I thought. I was like, oh, is this you right here? But it's not. Hang on, that's still not even coming up. But you posted about a zombie video?
I did. I posted about it. I talked for like 5 hours about a zombie movie.
Stop it. Which zombie movie was it?
Train to Busan.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
and
I love that one. That came out a couple years ago, right?
A bit ago, yes.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
God. So
very
it's
good.
terrifying. It's terrifying.
I mean, or
From
is
what
it
I remember.
completely predictable? I mean, we know, and that's what my video is about.
Yeah. Your
It's about
5 hour video.
my 5 hour video is about the sickness of greed and how it like resembles the zombie, like the typical zombie apocalypse film, like the stereotype, the archetype of what's it called? The trope of a
The trope.
zombie.
I have to see. I haven't seen it in like. I think that movie. I think I saw it like 5 years ago or something like that. I enjoyed it. I just remember the zombies on
Liar.
the train.
You're
No,
like,
I'm
I
just trying.
loved it.
No, I'm trying to remember it. I don't remember if the CG was good though. I don't remember. I was probably high when I watched it. So like, there you go. It was high watching Papa John's. So
Papa John's.
yeah.
I'm trying to see, are there filters on here to make me look less gross? How do we put
My
filters?
God, you don't look gross at all. I think if you go to settings, there's a
Ooh,
beauty
video filter. Ooh, let's
Oh,
make me
wait.
pretty.
Where are the video filters? Wait, how do you find video filters?
Oh my gosh, there are. Wait, backgrounds and effects. Let's make me pretty. Oh no, it's only gonna make me into a hot dog or something.
Stop it. I want to see you as a hot dog. I want to see Emma Dumont as a hot dog.
Wait, it's not a hot dog, it's just a regular. Oh. Can you
Wait,
see
where?
it?
Wait, let me see. Oh my
Can you
God,
see
where's our dog? That's not Zoe.
Wait, what about
Oh my God, are you French?
Wait, guess who I am? Are you
Are you French?
Did you
now?
think I suddenly became French? Okay, guess who I am. Guess who I am.
I don't know. You're from the 20s. You're a gangster. What are you?
Wait, let me try another one. Wait, okay, so here's me. And let me see if I can add a background. Is there an explosion background? No, there
Let's
isn't. There isn't one. Okay, guess who I am.
I don't know.
I'm Oppenheimer. I'm Cillian Murphy in, in the upcoming Chris Nolan film that I am cut out of.
What, are you cut out of it finally?
Probably. Okay, who am I now?
Oh my God, you're Zorro.
Okay, yeah, that was easy. But or okay, now who am I? It's the same hat, but try again.
I don't know from
I'm
Oppenheimer.
I'm
Your character that was cut out.
Who
You're
am I? Who am I now?
you're a pirate. Arr.
Who am I now?
I don't Paris Hilton. I don't know.
Oh wait, how about now? This one's easy.
Oh, okay, yes, we can do it. I'm forgetting
Okay,
her
do you
name.
know her name though?
I'm forgetting her name.
Rosie the Riveter. Good.
There
Okay,
we
you
go.
win. You win. How about now? Who am I now?
Horrible. You're me. You're like, I'm so sleepy.
Okay, these are. I need to get out of here before
Wait,
I
how
waste
did
all
you
your
find
time.
those?
Wait, go to the video, and then you see the little arrow next to the video. Click on
Yeah.
it and click choose video filter, and then it will pop up a little. And there's something called avatar.
Oh, choose. Oh, there we are.
This is.
Oh, hi, you're welcome.
I'm
Oh
obsessed.
my God, that's like staying on my face.
Wait, that's so great. Look, they're geniuses
Oh my
at
God.
Zoom. I'm gonna cool my face down for my sunburn look. It's so much better.
Oh my God. I didn't even notice your sunburn look. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with this.
Okay, and I look so much better now that I took the sunburn off. That's
I
so
don't know how you take
nice.
yours. Yes.
Congratulations.
Thanks. It's gonna be meaningless, but
No,
whatever. Oh
it's
my
gonna
God, this
be
is
meeting.
okay.
So, what did you study in college? Writing,
Yeah,
journalism,
yeah, writing.
photojournalism?
Yeah, writing.
Okay,
Okay, I
cool.
love this. Yeah, I did writing. And then I came to New York, and then I worked at Marvel. I was at Marvel
And why did you
for a
leave?
couple months. I didn't like Marvel. It was at the time. I know, my God, how scandalous. I don't know if I've said that on this podcast. Marvel just wasn't like the
It wasn't a
like
healthy work environment. That's a
it
way to
wasn't.
say.
Yeah, well, it's not that they weren't necessarily healthy. It's just it wasn't
Okay,
the
this is alleged.
epicenter, like alleged. Um,
This
sorry,
is all alleged, like I announced in the
alleged.
beginning.
Yeah, allegedly. I mean, listen. Wait, were you employed by Marvel or Fox? How does that work?
Both.
Both.
Both, yeah.
Both. Was it
They told me,
allegedly?
well, they told it was allegedly a great time. No, they told me to stop saying the word Nazi. I think I said that last time. They were like,
Yeah,
don't say
yeah, you
Nazi.
did
And I
tell
was
me that.
like, I'm gonna keep saying Nazi, thank you.
They were good. No, it's just what really took me aback with Marvel was seeing it was kind of like Oz, seeing behind the curtain. There was a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
straight white
Don't
dudes
meet
who
your
worked
heroes.
there, who worked there, and it was like skeezy straight white dudes. You know what
I
I
get
mean?
it.
Like,
Yeah. Well, because
and,
it is a corporation. Like we love
yeah,
Marvel, the art of Marvel,
hmm
the art that is produced, but like above all the artists, like writers, creators, illustrators, producers, everybody, whatever, there are a bunch of like old rich white guys in suits, like making money off of everyone else below
yeah,
them. So, and that's every company, corporation. It truly is. Not that
yeah,
they're
and
all old white guys. They're not all old white guys, but I'm assuming Marvel was at the time.
it was at the time. This was years ago. I don't know how it is now. I can't speak to it how it was now, or even on the studio side. But
Okay, but to be
um,
honest, like I own Marvel now. I didn't want to like tell you, but I'm telling you.
yeah,
I'm telling you now. It's me.
yeah.
I'm the old rich white guy. I'm in top. I'm at the top of the pyramid. Okay, go.
Stop it. You're incredible. I love you so much. Everything. Everything. Please own Marvel. Can I come back now?
Can I play? Yeah, hi. Now that I own this place, we're only making Polaris content.
Yeah, can we only make Popo content? Thank you.
Actually, if I did, the first thing that would be made would be a House of M series that had like everyone was cast for little like young versions, like 10 to 13, and then they were cast as teenagers, 15 to 17, and then they had a cast for young 20s and then 30s, like every member. And then if obviously for Magneto would be like older too.
Yeah. Listen, I 100% want you there with
That's sweet.
Magneto, with Wanda, with Pietro, like that. The amount of engagement that comes from the House of M content, like, is insane. People want that, and they want you as Polaris back
I don't
there.
know because I've heard that people don't actually want me because it offends the Jewish people. And that I understand. And here's the deal. I don't know how comfortable I would be playing Lorna again. I mean, I would be so comfortable like physically playing her, but like as far
Yeah,
as like offending people, that makes me very uncomfortable to make others hurt or feel bad.
that's fair.
And so to be honest, like I have thought about it. I've been like, if anyone ever asked me to play Lorna again, not that they would, like I'm so cocky. Like what? Nobody's ever gonna ask me to play Lorna again. But you know
They
what I
should.
mean. Oh, that's sweet. No, but they shouldn't. But I was like, yeah, I literally would like be like, okay, when's filming and how long do I have? And I would honestly, I would probably convert to Judaism or at least learn as much as I could. I know it's a long and very involved process. Like it's very, very hefty. And so I would like, if I wanted to try, I would obviously have to like do my diligence. Um, and make sure it was properly represented in the show.
I mean,
Anyway,
proper representation. No, that just speaks loads of what we need out there. And two, listen, House of M, like, do the series. Like, now that you own Marvel, that's it. That's all we need. Just do it. Do it.
I love it. Every time I go on like some weird ethics rant, you're like, okay, back to comics. I'm like, yeah, okay, take me
Yeah,
off
I'm
my
like, comic,
take me off my
yes.
pedestal. Or not my
No,
pedestal, the cliff, the edge. Take me off the edge.
no. It's just because, like, I agree with you. I mean, here's the thing though. Like,
Oh, soapbox. I was trying to say soapbox, but then it didn't work
soapbox.
out. And then I said pedestal, which made me sound very conceited. Anyway, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, I just like I think you were a phenomenal Lorna, and there's nothing wrong with being like, okay, the character is historically Jewish in the
Mhm.
comics. There is a way to learn about this to make sure you're doing right by the character.
Sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
Elizabeth Olsen gets that same, same feedback. But I do think she has tried with the
Well,
character.
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
Don't know her. Seems very sweet. I will say I personally was a little upset that the G word was used like publicly, I believe several times. I know it one time for sure, but I believe it happened more than once.
Yeah.
And without any sort of like statement or like maybe even apology, like when you use a slur, even if you didn't know it was one at the time, once you learn it is one, it's compassionate to reach out to whoever, she has a large fan base, be like, hey, I didn't know this at that time, and I am so sorry, like please let me apologize and let me show up as the woman I am today. I did not mean that. And I hope that can like ease some of the pain I caused or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I would do. But anyway,
no one's Emma. Not everyone's
no
Emma
shade, no
Dumont.
shade. No, the library is not open. No shade.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed with you. We need to do a morning show. I'm obsessed.
I know. We should just make a list of topics, and then every day we pop on for like 30 minutes. Easy peasy. We could like do it in bed, like before we get up for our day.
That.
And then people just like log in while they're getting ready, and like we could all chat and hang out.
Oh my God. Well, it's all about, what you do such a good job at? It's community building. Like you're so engaged with people.
You're the one with the actual community. Familia, have my back. Back me up here. Like, come on.
But no, I see your comments. I see what you post. You engage with people. You're so good. And even when we're talking about like, I'm thinking like, we'll do morning topics, have coffee. And you're like, no, people can join and we can talk to them. And that's what people need to be seen. I mean, I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Like it's been, the conversation has to happen both ways. I mean, what has happened in the past where people were ignored, marginalized, and not being visible, that shit is antiquated.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Yeah, I'm like done with that. I'm kind of done with like people not having a voice. Like literally what's happening? What's happening? Don't stop telling us what to do, politicians and corporations. Like we are the people.
We the people.
We the people hear us roar.
Emma, people at home know where to find you, but why don't you just plug your socials? Plug your YouTube channel again, because I can't find it. I'm still typing it in here.
Okay, friends. It is EM_TALKS Talks with the underscore. And then I think if you might also have to type in Emma Dumont as well as M Talks.
Because I am doing M Talks and it's not coming up. Okay, wait, there's like 100 ones of you right here. Okay, here you are. You're with Wolverine Claws, the X23 Wolverine Claws. Okay,
yes,
there you are.
That's me. Yes,
there
that's
you are.
Me.
3 days ago. Thank you.
Yes.
Now
okay,
I'm gonna hit subscribe here.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my gosh. So yeah, check me out, and maybe I'll be doing some lives every morning. Coming up soon. No, I'm just kidding. Not me recruiting for something you like have not said yes to.
I mean, I'll say yes to everything with you.
X mornings. But yeah, check me out on YouTube. I have one video. It's about zombies.
I can't wait to listen to it. You said 5 hours though. You literally undersold this. It's only oversold it. It's only 14 minutes.
Oh yeah, I was being hyperbolic.
I thought version. No,
wait, actually, before we go, I actually have an amazing idea that I would like to pitch here. Actually, not pitch, but just like let people know in the upcoming like week or maybe 2 weeks. At some point, I'm going to be do you know like telethons like that charities used to do on like PBS, and they would like stay up all night and people would dance and sing. I'm gonna do something similar where I get on live on YouTube. And I'm going to be like auctioning things. Well, no, I can't say auctioning because it's not all going to go to charity because I have to pay for my car tabs. But the rest is going to
your what? Your car tabs? What?
My car tabs. Oh, you're from New York. So when you drive a car, you have to have like register.
Oh, I
You have to,
did not
you have
know
to
that.
register it. Yeah. Every year you
That's
have to pay like
insane.
like $300 or something for your car for no
The
reason.
fuck is that?
You know, it's so silly. And so mine is due. And so I'm going to sell some things for my storage because I have a bunch of stuff that is not my style at all. Like it's not me at
Yeah.
all because I kept being told that I have to be like cool and edgy and sexy. And that's not me. So I'm going to like sell some things. I'm going to sell some baseball card packs. And then like 80% is going to charity or something.
But then you had to pay your car tax, obviously.
But I have to pay
That's
my
so
car
absurd.
tags.
That is so
I'm so
scary
sorry.
to me.
I wish I could
I'm
be
like
more
worried.
charitable, but I do need to pay my car. It's
I'm
because my
so worried.
job
Do I have to
requires
file?
my car. That's why. That's the only reason why.
Oh, by the way, sidebar. I did that gig at the Rogers Stadium, and
Yes.
you were so great at helping me with like some
Was
information
I?
there. Yes,
Really?
I mean I used
Oh,
it. Well, I walked in because you were like it was newly renovated, and girl, that's the only thing everyone could talk about the entire
really?
time. They're like, "Oh, do you
Of
like this? Do
course.
you like the stadium?" I'm like looking at the text message you sent. I was like, "It was newly renovated," and they're like, "Yeah."
Yes. Yeah, they did this cool thing where they put the dugout above, they put the bullpen above the dugout. Like it's two levels now, opposed to everyone else who's just like, usually baseball's a one-story sport, right? Now it's
Okay,
a
gotcha.
double-story sport, basically. So there's like a second warm-up room for the boys above the original warm-up room.
Sure,
Do like
sure,
I
sure.
put it in like theater terms. I don't
Sure. I don't
yeah,
get it at all.
yeah,
I know there was a dome over it, and I brought my
because of the
friend
weather.
because of the weather, and I brought my friend Hammy, who's a cosplayer who loves you, by the way.
Oh,
Um,
sweet. That's so sweetie.
and he was just also he's Canadian, and he was telling me all about all the renovations and how he
I'm
used to come
sure.
here as a kid, and I was like, wow, people have so much pride in the fact that
They
this stadium was
do. They
renovated.
do. They love the Blue Jays love the Blue Jays. You know what I mean? Like the Canadian people.
Wait, so when YouTube, you're gonna do a YouTube, you're gonna do a benefit like a telethon. If you need help organizing, this is literally my wheelhouse.
I'm
We
literally
can help
I
you.
don't need to organize. I'm literally just
Yeah.
going to like maybe even today turn on YouTube and go on and it's going to be like, do you know who Mr. Beast is?
No,
Oh my gosh,
no.
Mr. Beast is like this
Hang on.
like philanthropist, I guess, but basically what he did is he got famous on YouTube by counting to like 1 million. He did like a 24-hour video without any breaks, I believe. And
Uh-huh.
then he like the money he started making on YouTube, he like he donates so much of it. Um and
Oh,
that's
I'm
what
seeing
keeps
him
his
here. Yeah.
yeah. So I want to do like that. Like maybe I do a live stream for 24 hours and people can buy things. Like I'm not gonna ask for donations because I'm using some of it for personal needs, like my car tabs, and I'm so sorry. But I want to do something where like I do it once a week or once every 2 weeks, and then people vote on what charity they want the proceeds to go to, right? Because like I don't like I want the people to choose where their donations go, right?
Yeah. No, I mean you're such a good human.
I
Like
mean,
that's
no, I'm
such a good
not.
way
No,
to
I'm literally not. Maybe I don't know. Should we start a charity?
I will totally start a
Should we
charity.
start
I've
our own?
been I've been thinking of starting a charity. We can take that offline because I have thoughts. You know, one of the things that like you can also do is, you know, you can auction off a couple things and be very clear that this is going to go towards, you know, stuff that's going
Mhm.
to help me out here, but also you can do a paddle raise. You can designate it where this is where it's going to. This is where the money is going to go to, whether it's a
Oh
charity,
yeah, that's great. Yeah.
whether it's a GoFundMe. I know you've amplified some GoFundMes as well for
Yes.
people who are in need. Oh my
I love
God, like
GoFundMes. And also shout out to GoFundMe. Thank you for creating a platform where people can
yeah,
do this. I don't know why people aren't doing this. Like honestly, I do not know. Like biggest Swifty. I'm the biggest Swifty I know. But I don't understand why Taylor doesn't just go on Instagram. Like I know she's busy, but like get on there once a night. Be like, hey, Swift Nation or whatever, like, please donate to this GoFundMe because she has billions of fans, internationally. We could help some people. And it would only take like say every Taylor Swift fan donated one single dollar. Like how many dollars is that? You know what I mean? And $1 is something that all of us at some point in our life could sacrifice, could donate. We'd be comfortable. At some point. I know not everyone right now would feel comfortable with that, but at some point somebody, everyone does. So yeah.
and it's more than just a dollar. It's just more than that fiscal value. I've talked about this before. Back when I was kind of religious, My thing was kind of religious. I'm so not religious now, but
When I was
I
like
love
kind of religious.
when I was kind of religious. I used to like my thing for Lent was to give if anyone asked me for money, I would give the change I have in my pocket, and sometimes it was like a dime, and I used to feel really weird about that, but it's not. It wasn't so much the value of that dime, but more the telling someone, I
I
believe
see
in you.
you.
I
I
see
believe in
you.
you. I
Here's
see
a hope.
you.
I'm investing in you. This is just an opportunity for you. So again, even a dollar
Absolutely.
towards someone with these GoFundMe's who they need to be seen. They need that. It's less about the money. It's more about knowing that the communal support is there. And that's by the way, when the chips are down, when shit gets real, people want to know they have a community behind them.
Absolutely. But
Uh,
also sometimes it is about the money, like for the
yeah,
unhoused
this
or the
is
people
true.
who are starving
Yeah,
and have
this is
children.
true. This is
But no,
true.
you're right. But that's the thing. Like to piggyback on that, if
Yeah,
all of us, say if all of us Swifties donated $1, it's gonna make the big corporations kind of look bad. Like if all of us could donate, like
yeah,
say I only have $10 in my account and I donate $1, that's a tenth of my wealth. I
yeah.
can do that, even though I'm closer to homelessness or starving than, like, say, billionaires. If Elon can't donate a tenth of his wealth when it will not affect his daily lifestyle at all, mine will. My dollar means I
Yeah.
don't get my ramen for the week. Then those people with the wealth hoarding, the greed, they're going to look really bad when we're all helping each other out. And then it's going to kind of make us see, like, who does care and who doesn't care about others.
Mic drop right there.
I don't know. Elon, call me. Can I borrow 10% of your wealth and give it to people on GoFundMe? Like, please. But can I just say, okay, one last thing, and then I will stop annoying you with my
Oh my
nonsense.
God, you don't annoy me at all. I love it. I was the one who asked you to come on today. I slid into you, or I texted you. I was like, "You want to get on like Zoom tomorrow?" And you're like,
I
"Yeah."
was like, yes, absolutely. I love
There you go.
you. I want to have what are our kelp martinis or whatever nonsense.
Yeah, or Gwyneth martinis. I need a. Oh my God, I want a martini now.
Oh my gosh, we should
Anyways,
absolutely have martinis. But the point is that just like there in a healthy economy, there would be no need for charity organizations. There
agreed.
would be no need for donating for organizations of any kind. Why are the people with the littlest to give donating to help things like starving children, homeless children? Why isn't our government taking care of this? And if not them, the multi-billionaires. Because again, on a sliding scale, a tenth of their wealth is nothing. A tenth of my wealth means I won't have a home. Or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it means it's more significant. So what's up, Bezos? DM me. Let me know your thoughts.
Slide into her DMs.
Like
Right?
tell me why. I'm asking. Like
Yeah.
I'm giving them an opportunity to speak for themselves. I'm just calling out the sketchy behavior, but they can defend themselves if they want to come out tomorrow and like donate and not donate to politicians. They all have these charities that donate to politicians. That doesn't count as charity because you're trying to control the people that control the people.
Yeah.
The people,
No.
capital P.
Well, here's the
Anyway,
thing.
tell
I
me.
mean, government needs to exist in order to support the people. That's where it goes. And
And right, but
if
right now we don't have a government. We have a corporation.
no, we do have a corporation that's more concerned with do I have a blue check mark versus, who are the people who are really upset. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and who are really suffering or who are being shot at malls. It really is one of those things to me that it baffles me that we just don't have politicians working. And why? Oh, because it's kind of more complicated. Why is it more complicated? Oh, because someone else is writing your checks.
that's
Wow,
right.
that's pretty fucking transparent. And
That's
like,
pretty
why were you
simple to
elected?
me.
You really wouldn't have had a platform to begin with had you not had people rally against with you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, so why are you betraying those people? Why are you going to let those people go into a mall, to a fucking mall, and get shot at? Why?
Absolutely. Wait, can I
It
tell you a
doesn't make any sense.
secret?
Yeah.
It's even crazier than my Karl Lagerfeld secret.
Yeah.
It's even wilder. It's even crazier. I told myself before, I was like, Emma, don't mention that because you're gonna sound like a crazy person. But I'm gonna
No,
tell you
that's
because
not
we're
crazy.
friends.
Yeah,
Well, you don't
that's
know what
okay.
it is yet.
Oh, I thought
I'm
you were talking about
actually
Karl Lagerfeld there.
well, that thing was crazy too, but this is even more
Yeah.
crazy. I'm
That's it.
actually like very upset, and I've been researching a lot of the money trails of the ultra wealthy, let's say the
Mhm.
top 10 most wealthy people in this country, along with a select few of other handfuls. But basically, uh like franchise fraud or like pyramid schemes is absolutely illegal in the United States, both at state level and federally. And the only difference between an MLM, which is they're more lenient against MLMs, like they are, I guess, in some ways legal. The only difference between, or maybe they're fully legal, I'm not sure. The only difference between a like forensic fraud, forensic franchise fraud, pyramid scheme, and an MLM is that a physical product is being sold. There is a very good reason why MLMs are legal and pyramid schemes are not, because our government is a MLM, but they're actually not an MLM. They are a pyramid scheme because they are selling us goods and services. We make the cars and then we buy the cars at a hiked up price. We make the food and then we buy the food at a hiked up price. We make the clothes and then we buy the clothes at a hiked up price. Like we run the Amazon warehouses and then we have to buy things off of Amazon. They are selling us something. They're selling us life, physical life, freedom, the right to not be starving, the right to not be unsheltered, the right to not die in the street in the cold. Like they are selling us something, physical products as well as just life, which is a physical thing. It is a physical product. So I'm going to report them.
Yes. Yes.
I'm like actually going to report. I'm like not kidding.
Yeah, no, I'm just I never thought about it like that until this moment, because you're absolutely right. I mean, these are products that like this is produce we produce and they're being sold at a insane amount of money. And it should be going back to the people to begin with. And instead it's not. What are they doing? They are selling you this idea that you're not going to live on the streets, that you're not going to be starving. It is the biggest scheme. I think this can be its own little sub podcast in of itself. That is baffling to me.
It is crazy. Yeah. And it's allowed. And I'm actually self-publishing a book through Amazon.
Why did you just go a book like that?
Because it's not going to be a book. It's just my public statement to our judicial system, because I'm demanding a fair and speedy trial for the crimes that these people have committed against the American public. It is not their fault that the system is set up this way, but they are individually responsible for the fact that the system is actively being run as a franchise fraud. They even call them the president and the vice president. Those are business terms. It's just unsettling.
That's very true.
It's unsettling. So yeah, so I'm just going to report them and be like, hey, I want them to go to court and they can have a jury of their peers and they get the same right as everyone to a speedy trial and blah, blah, blah. But like these crimes are real. This is legitimate. And it's gotten too far out of hand now.
I mean, listen, preach. I mean, everything has gone so far out of hand right now. And it's baffling to me that there are people who can't even afford their groceries. They can't afford to live life anymore. And it's scary out there. I'm so glad there are people like you, Emma Dumont.
I'm so glad there are people like you.
Obsessed. Emma Talks on YouTube.
Check it out.
Rant about zombies for 15 minutes. I thought 5 hours.
Well, I'm going to do a 5-hour auction or whatever. We'll see how it goes.
You're going to be doing that on your YouTube channel. We have you on Power of X-Men here. You're such a wonderful human being. I'm obsessed. Thank you for chatting today.
I actually just talk too much and I can't keep my mouth shut. If people are in danger, I can't stop talking about it, which is my biggest flaw. So
this is a space for those conversations to have. Thank you for having that bravery and being able to talk and go against the grain and being a disruptor and making sure that the information that needs to be put out there and the conversations that should be happening are happening.
Oh, well, that's really sweet for you to say. Thank you.
You're welcome. I love you so much.
I love you so much too. Okay, bye guys. We're going to go have kelp martinis.
Bye.